I told my boss, "Jump, I'll catch you." She said, "Maybe falling for
As
you
we can
is
see
not
from the
bad."
latest reports,
The
our
day
quarterly
everything
results have
changed
shown
began under
significant
a harsh
improvement
white
across
sun,
all key
the
metrics.
kind that exposes every crack in a person's life. I was standing on the rooftop of a glass office building at noon, wind brushing against my face, watching my boss stare at the city below as if it were daring her to disappear. In that moment, I realized how close success and surrender can stand to each other, separated only by one brave step or one kind voice. Before this story pulls you deeper, take a moment. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and quiet love that grows in unexpected places, please like this video, share it with someone who needs hope today, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel One Heart Stories. Your support keeps stories like this alive. My name is Armin Haley M., and I was nothing special on paper. A junior project coordinator, average salary, shared apartment, long bus rides under the sun every morning. But I was observant. I noticed things people with power often miss. I noticed how my boss, Serene Whitlock, always arrived early and left late. How she smiled in meetings but looked hollow afterward. How her success came wrapped in exhaustion, and how loneliness followed her like a shadow even in daylight. Serene was admired across the company. A woman in her late 30s who had built her career with discipline and silence. No scandals, no shortcuts, no softness. Her glass-walled office flooded with sunlight every afternoon, yet she always kept the blinds half closed. People thought she was unbreakable. I saw the small cracks forming long before anyone else did. The pressure began to peak when a major client threatened to pull out, blaming Serene for delays she had warned about months earlier. Upper management turned cold. Emails became sharper. Meetings felt like trials. Serene carried the blame without protest, working through lunches, ignoring the warmth of the sun outside, drowning herself in responsibility. I watched her shoulders tighten day by day, as if gravity itself had grown heavier. One afternoon, during a bright lunch hour when the city buzzed below with life, I found her alone on the rooftop during a fire drill. The sky was painfully blue, the kind that mocks sadness. She stood near the edge, not in danger, but close enough to feel the pull of everything she was carrying. She looked smaller than usual, swallowed by the skyline. I did not say much. I simply stood there, grounded, present, letting her know she was not alone. In that moment, something inside me decided that if she fell emotionally, I would not let her fall alone. It was not romance then. It was instinct. Humanity. From that day, small changes began. I stayed late to help without being asked. I brought her sunlight by opening the blinds when she forgot. I reminded her to eat. I absorbed some pressure she never delegated. It was not heroic. It was quiet, and slowly, her guarded presence softened. She began trusting again, not just with work, but with herself. The real test came during a daytime board review that could end her career. The room was bright, unforgiving, filled with polished shoes and rehearsed smiles. Serene stood alone at the head of the table, prepared to take another blow. Something inside me refused to stay silent. I spoke up, calmly laying out the truth, sharing evidence, taking responsibility where I could. It felt like stepping into the open sun after years of shade. The room shifted. Blame loosened its grip. For the first time, Serene was not alone in the fall. After the meeting, we walked outside where daylight spilled across the pavement. The city felt different, lighter. Her eyes, once guarded, carried relief mixed with disbelief. That was the moment she realized that leaning on someone did not mean weakness. In the weeks that followed, our connection deepened, still unspoken, still careful. We talked during lunch walks under open skies. Shared silences felt safe. The workplace no longer felt like a battlefield. Serene began smiling again, not the practiced kind, but real ones that reached her eyes. And I realized that catching someone does not always mean saving them from collapse. Sometimes it means standing close enough so they do not feel alone when they choose to keep going. As emotions grew, fear followed. She was my boss. I was the risk. Daylight made everything too visible, too real. One afternoon, standing near the same rooftop door where this began, she paused. Not on the edge this time, but facing me. The sun was behind her, outlining her figure in gold. She looked steady, grounded, human. In that silence, her expression said what words did not need to. Trust. Vulnerability. A willingness to risk falling again, but this time into something warm. Before the story ends, if this journey is touching something deep inside you, please pause and engage with this video. Like it, share it, and let others feel this emotion too. Stories grow stronger when hearts respond. Serene eventually stepped down from her position by choice, not defeat. She chose a role with balance, daylight lunches, and space to breathe. I moved forward too, not as someone beneath her, but beside her. Love did not arrive like a storm. It arrived like morning light, slowly filling the room, making everything clearer. Just before you leave, comment below what this story made you feel. One word is enough. In the end, I learned that telling someone you will catch them is not about control or promises. It is about presence. And sometimes, when someone dares to trust again in the light of day, falling does not mean breaking. Sometimes, it means finally being held.